don't know why, but I'm very nervous about this challenge today. Oh, I can't hear anything. I feel like I'm yelling. Hello? I can't talk with these on. Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you guys a version of the voiceover challenge. I did this on my Rach Loves channel and I followed along to a Nikki Tutorials makeup tutorial.
Here and mixing it with that middle shade, and these are called
middle shade what? But I had so much fun doing that challenge and I was like, I need to find a way to bring this to Rach Loves Life. And what better way to do that than to try and cook something without knowing what you're cooking. I honestly have no idea what I'm cooking right now. Chris picked out the recipe for me so I would have no idea what I'm cooking. All of the ingredients are in a bag down here that I haven't seen. Honestly, it could be anything. I could be roasting a turkey today for all I know. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not a turkey. We would be in for a very disastrous video. All I have to work with is the voiceover file that Chris made on my phone here, just called Recipe Voiceover. I genuinely have no idea what I'm cooking right now. So hopefully this is good, hopefully it's entertaining, and hopefully we cook something edible. But give this video a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on new videos every Saturday. And without further ado, let's get into this. I just thought about it and I don't actually want to use these because I want you guys to hear the voiceover at the same time as I do. So I don't even know why I have these right now. I guess I thought voiceover. Voiceover needs headphones. So let's listen to this recipe together and find out what we are cooking today.
This recipe for classic peanut butter cookies comes from All Recipes member Shirley Sapp.
Peanut butter cookies? Really? Christopher! So for those of you that may not know, I have a peanut butter allergy. I am allergic to peanut butter. I don't understand.
Another member commented, it makes great cookies.
Ha! Gotcha.
Oh, what? What is happening right now? Christopher! Get out of here. Get out of here with your jokes, honestly. Well, that was a start to a video. Can't believe you just did that. I feel like I'm on an episode of Punk'd. Remember that show? That was a long time ago. Okay, what am I actually cooking?
All Recipes member Rach56 shows her extreme chocolate cake recipe,
Ooh.
saying this is the best cake in the world. All Recipes member Rashika agrees, saying this recipe is excellent, I bake a lot, and this is the best chocolate cake recipe I have ever tried.
Okay, so we're making chocolate cake. I don't know why it's telling me what other people are saying about it, but okay.
We'll begin by preheating the oven to 350 degrees.
Ooh, I could do that. We're off to a promising start, everyone.
And greasing 2 9-inch round cake pans.
Two 9-inch cake pans. Okay, hold on. There cake pans in here? There are. Ooh, they're new. Fancy. Okay, so I guess I need to wash these first. All right, we're greasing pans, greasing them up. No, he wouldn't do that. I was just thinking, I was like, what if he makes me make half of a recipe and then it stops and then I start making another half of a different recipe, like in the Friends episode. We have a layer of ladyfingers and then a layer of jam and then beef sauteed with peas and onions. All right, those seem greasy. Almost as greasy as my hair today. Anyway.
You can flour the cake pans as written in the recipe, or use unsweetened cocoa powder and line with parchment instead, like we're doing here.
So I have to grease the pans and then flour them, or do like a cocoa powder thing with parchment paper? I don't understand. I have cocoa powder here, so I guess I'll do that. Oh man, guys, my baking skills are gonna be put to the test today. Well, I do make a lot of cookies. I don't bake a lot of cakes. All right, I'm gonna move some of this powder around. This is way too much. Way too much. I don't understand why I have to grease it and then put powder on it and parchment paper. I'm already frustrated. Oh man, do I have to cut circles to fit? I probably have to cut the circles to fit. Just gonna pinch around the edges here until I get like the shape I want. All right, one down, one to go. Okay, parchment is down. What is the next step here?
For the cake, mix together 2 cups of sugar.
2 cups of sugar, okay. I hope this bowl is big enough. That doesn't look big enough. Okay, so we'll measure in 2 cups of sugar. No, we're not gonna do it that way. We'll take off the lid, and this will be much better. 1 cup, 2 cups. All right, what is next?
1 3/4 cups of flour.
Whoa, 1 and what? Did she say 1 3/4? Wait, she said flour, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said flour. Okay, what is next?
3/4 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder.
Okay, cocoa powder. Now Chris usually makes the cakes and he usually sifts everything, but I haven't heard anything about sifting, so I'm just gonna avoid that extra step. Cocoa powder is in. What is next?
1.5 teaspoons of baking soda.
1.5 teaspoons baking soda. Baking soda, baking soda, baking soda. Darn it. I was so focused on making sure I got baking soda, I forgot what the measurement was. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you have written out recipes.
1.5 teaspoons of baking soda.
1.5 teaspoons. Okay. I mean, that just makes sense now that I actually like think about it. 1.5 tablespoons would be a lot, Rachel.
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder.
Oh, and baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons. Teaspoons. Turns out we needed both, so I didn't actually need to worry so much. 1.5. Done.
And 1 teaspoon of salt.
Teaspoon of salt. There we go. Baking this way is actually kind of great because for whatever reason, I just keep putting all the ingredients away. Actually, it's probably so I don't get confused. What do I need to put in now? I don't remember.
Next, add 2 eggs.
2 eggs. I like how I have to repeat right after she says it because otherwise I'll forget. Wait, they just want me to put the egg like right in with all this dry stuff? That doesn't seem right. Okay, all recipes. Do you like how I picked the 2 eggs right from the middle of the pack? I don't know why I did that. That was weird. What is next?
1 cup of milk.
1 cup of milk. Okay. Like again, I don't make a lot of cakes, but I don't, like, do you normally put milk in cakes? Is that weird that I don't know that? All right, cup of milk.
1/2 cup of vegetable oil.
I'm starting to really appreciate that I got the bigger bowl, but I'm starting to also feel like it's gonna overflow shortly.
And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
Okay, vanilla. That feels like the end of the recipe. I feel like we've added everything we could to this cake recipe.
Beat the ingredients with an electric mixer for 3 minutes until well combined.
Now, usually what I would do is I would just put it into my stand mixer and let that do the work for 3 minutes. So I'm kind of sad that I put it in this bowl, which just means another bowl that I have to clean. But to be honest, I would rather do that and have the machine do all the hard work. So let's go do that. Okay, here we go. We'll get the ingredients into this bowl. Oh, this is just a mess. All the sugar is congealed to the bottom. Oh no. All right, let's mix for 3 minutes or until well combined. It has been much less than 3 minutes, but that feels really combined. I went through and like scraped the edges and everything just to make sure. Okay, now that that is mixed, what is next?
We're taking a suggestion of several All Recipes members and using 1 cup of freshly brewed strong coffee instead of 1 cup of boiling water. Pour the coffee into the batter and stir by hand.
What?
Don't worry if the batter looks thin, it will bake just fine.
Okay, wow, hold on.
Divide the cake batter.
Ah, no. Okay, so I need to make coffee now. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, 1 cup of coffee for my cake and 1 for me as I spill it all over myself. Wow. And then mix it by hand. Well, no, I'm just kidding. It was nice of them to warn me that the cake batter may appear thin because that's something I would totally panic about. Okay, I feel like I've combined everything. So now I think we can go on to the next step.
Divide the cake batter evenly between the 2 prepared pans and bake in the preheated oven for 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay. Okay, we're into baking time. We'll try and make them even. I make no promises though. Please start out delicious. Okay, so now the cakes are in the oven, but looking at this, like there's still a good solid like 1/3 of the recipe still to go. So I'm gonna say that like there's icing still. That would make sense, right? Cake, icing, that makes, right?
The cakes are ready when a toothpick inserted inside comes out clean.
Good point.
Boil the cakes for 10 minutes. Then run a butter knife along the edge of the cakes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back to
Put
this.
them onto a cooling rack and remove the parchment paper.
I guess we'll just keep listening. If I get into more recipe reviews though, I'm out.
For the chocolate frosting.
Oh, I was right. I'm not listening. Got too excited that I was right.
For the chocolate frosting, let's cream 3/4 cups of softened butter until light and fluffy using an electric mixer.
3/4 cup of softened butter. Okay. Oh, I hope that. Christopher came through and pre-softened some butter. Okay, 3/4 of a cup. Is it just me or does that sound weird? Shouldn't it be like 3/4? 3/4? All right, so about, yeah. Wow, I can't cut straight. So professional. All right, let's toss this in and beat this with the electric mixer until it's light and fluffy. Came back over because I need to learn what goes in with the butter.
Alternating, beat in 1½ cups of unsweetened cocoa powder, 5 1/3 cups of confectionery sugar,
Wait,
and 2/3 cups of milk.
I feel like I need to write it down. I'm not gonna remember that. Okay, I got my cocoa powder, which I know is in liquids measuring, but like I need to do that for pouring. 5 1/3 cups of confectionery sugar, so icing sugar, got it. I'm gonna pour that into a bowl. I like how it's 5 1/3, by the way. Is 5 cups of icing sugar too much? No, I think it's not enough. Should we do 5 1/2? No, that's too much. We just need 1/3. 1/3 will make this perfection. This is the worst measuring anyone has ever done. 3, 4, 5 1/3. Okay, and what's the last ingredient I have to add?
And 2/3 cups of milk.
2/3 cup of milk. We have our ingredients here, and now we're just going to alternate and keep adding them and blending, adding and blending. Wow, way to go, Rachel. Just making a mess over everything. That is some thick icing. Okay, I added the teaspoon of vanilla. I'm adding a teeny bit of milk, and that should just loosen it up a little bit. Is this supposed to be that thick? Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything.
6 cups of milk.
I have chocolate all over me. We got a long B-roll clip. I feel like I'm on hold right now.
Then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and beat to a spreading consistency. If the frosting is too thick, add a little bit of milk at a time, as needed.
Perfect. Okay. And now I have to let this torture me for another 20 minutes before I can ice the cake. Ah, it looks so good. Guys, the cakes are done. They look so good. And they smell so good. So now I have to wait for them to cool, and then I'll take them out of their pans, and I guess we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now the cakes have cooled. I have taken them out of their tins, just kind of put them down here, because I know I have to peel off this layer of parchment paper now. I also have the icing here. I got a plate. I assume it's gonna go on there and I'm gonna ice it or whatever, but let's continue listening to what this recipe has to say.
Once the cakes have cooled completely, split each one horizontally.
Oh,
A long serrated knife is a great tool for this task.
so I have to cut this in half horizontally. Ugh. All right, serrated knife. So of course, my camera didn't end up filming the disaster that occurred here, which I'm kind of grateful for. This is a little embarrassing. But you know what? It's cake. Everything will be fine. Okay, so now we're actually recording. We're recording, right? Okay, cool. So before I cut into this second cake that is right here, I'm going to just check and make sure that the next step is icing, because I might just get these 2 layers like done and out of the way so I can move on to this one versus like cutting them all into little layers first. I assume I'm just gonna ice it now, right? I hope.
Spread the cake layers with chocolate frosting and stack them one on top of the other.
Done, I can do that.
Frost the outside of the cake if you wish, or leave it unfrosted. All Recipes member Ellie says this extreme chocolate cake is
Oh, now we're getting into reviews. Okay, icing. So let's take a dollop of like, look how thick that frosting is. And like I thinned it, guys. I thought I thinned it enough. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let's see if this is even spreadable. Like I may have to thin this out more, guys. This isn't spreading super well. I'm gonna go and take the rest of the icing and thin it out a little bit so it doesn't destroy this cake any more than it already is. This thing changed color. That's how much more milk I had to add to make this work. Okay, I feel like I salvaged that, so let's put the other layer on top and then ice it some more. I also can't see the cake, so I don't know how thick of a layer of icing they're doing. I'm just guessing. I mean, really, can you have too thick of a layer of icing? I mean, can you? All right, okay. You know what? It's coming together. All right, how did I do? Not great. Honestly, you make this look like it's like rocket science or something. All right, let's ice this less than stellar layer. It's kind of how I feel when I'm playing with makeup. I have like a zit on and I just like smooth the foundation on top. And the way that the amount of icing is shaping up, I'm gonna say that there isn't enough to actually ice the outside of this cake. Just the inside, everyone. All right, that right there is all of the icing, everyone. So let's just take this guy right here, pop him right on top. She isn't cute. I would probably just like cut off the outside and pretend that didn't happen. And I would also probably ice the top, but I'm lazy and I feel like I've been baking this cake forever. So I'm gonna slice off a little piece that's kind of like sticking out here. Okay, let's have a taste. I mean, it's chocolate cake, so it's always gonna be good, but like, this is a good cake. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now I think what I wanna do is I wanna watch the actual video and see if I missed anything, if there's any weird spots where I was like, oh, that's what they meant, you know? Okay, so here's the recipe right here. I have it on my screen. It's called Extreme Chocolate Cake. Oh, hey! Okay, you know what? Theirs isn't super cute either. Oh, awesome. I don't feel as bad now. Okay, I want to know about this whole parchment paper thing. Oh, so that is what they did. Okay, so I did it right, I guess. It still seems weird to me, but all right. Okay, now let's go ahead to like the icing part. They used a lot less icing in between each layer, which I feel like that was my downfall. That's why I didn't have enough to ice the rest of my cake. But I mean, they didn't actually say it in the recipe, like how much to allot to each layer. It's definitely more of like a rustic looking cake. Mine is a little, it's erring on the side of mangy. We'll like bedazzle it a little bit, cut off the outside. No one will know the difference. So let me know what you guys think of this challenge. Leave me a comment down below if there are any particular recipes. Maybe we'll do more of these challenges in the future. Maybe try something that's not baking related. Not a turkey though, I'm not doing that. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Saturday. Check out the videos on the side here if you have missed any recently. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome Saturday and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.